The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
It's been said before, but I'm going to say it again. If you follow us on any kind of social media platforms or whatever the fuck devices, you may know, or if you have a calendar, you might know that this past weekend would have been most likely the Rock and Shock Horror Convention here in New England. And if you followed us for however many years, you've known how this is very important to us as a show, and not only to the people we've met, fellow podcasters, fellow peers, fellow friends who we've met and cultivated over the last many years. Folks that have traveled journeys through state lines and fucking time zones to come and share this with us. And it's a real bummer that we didn't have it. It may have been ended before COVID, but COVID may have put the nail in the coffin. But hopefully, much like the Phoenix, Jean Grey, we will see some life in the convention world in the near future, hopefully. But until then, thanks for the memories, and I'll speak for myself, but I feel I echo the sentiments of the boys in the back. Thank you very much for making us feel special and for making a smile on our face. And everyone's fucking doing their faces, maybe Picarding, but hey, it's a bummer. So thank you, Rock and Shock. And hey, let's see what happens. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 429 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein, also at the Lair of Lost Swag within the Raven Chateau, also Casa de Zero, and finally the Lair of the Gods. We are live from 4 locations, streaming to you on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever the fuck you are watching us. And, you know, here on Trick or Treat Radio, we discuss at least one film a week. We argue, we make fun of each other, and we hope to make you laugh. And some hosts have even died trying. MZ, was it official? Were you pronounced dead for 5 seconds?
Yes, I was.
That explains so much.
And I'm still clinically brain dead, though. The doctors don't know what to do with me.
No one does. So
I'm a lost cause.
So we got a lot going on. As Raven Shadow said, you know, like, Raven Shadow, it actually sounded like you were talking to a person named Rock and Shock.
Yeah, Bob Rock and Shock.
Bob Rock and Shock.
Yeah. From the Philadelphia Rock and Shocks.
Robert Rock and Shock.
Yeah, Robert Rock and Shock. You guys know he's my accountant.
So, yeah, anyways, it sounded like you were talking about a person. But, yeah, I mean, this week, whatever, it would have been Rock and Shock. And we've been doing it for, I don't know, since the beginning of the show, right? We've been there? Is that accurate?
I was thinking about that. I think
I'm pretty sure we did it the very first year we'd started.
8 years on the show, but we may have done a year or two with just CryptoCast.
I don't know. Maybe. I think you might be right on that.
Well, what I mean is every year we had the show going, we were at Rock and Shock, right?
Yes, every year Shoot Radio, but I think we may have, since like we got back together, since some of the, you know, the collective got back together, I thought we may have done 1 year with just 1 or 2 years with just CryptoCast, pre-podcast.
Oh yeah. No, definitely we did. Yeah, we definitely did that. But I was just wondering. I think every year the show has been going, we've actually had a Trick or Treat Radio presence at Rock and Shock. Is kind of what I was getting at. But you're right. Yeah.
Which, if that's the case, then we're looking at a decade.
Yeah. Something like that.
Well, close to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. So
Hard
yeah,
to believe.
it's unfortunate. Obviously we wouldn't have been able to do it anyways, even if it was around. So that's the sort of like interesting part about it is it wouldn't have happened anyways because Rock and Shock is done, as we know it anyways. Rock and Shock is no more. I think something was going to rise out of its ashes, like the Phoenix, Raven Shadow.
Thank you.
Or Jean Grey.
Or Jean Grey.
Whoever that is.
Also, my accountant, Gene Gray, the Gene. Yeah. He's also,
yeah. Good old Gene. Eugene Gray.
Mean Gene Gray.
Boy, you talk about a slobber knocker.
Your taxes and stipends. Oh, shit.
Wow.
Really good.
The taxes are going to be filed. Michael Raven Shadow, come on in if you would, please, sir.
It's like IRS all over again.
All the filing fucking separate but equal is fucking hard times. I didn't want to talk about it, but it's fucking your boy's getting screwed. Yeah. That much.
So
Michael Raven Shadow forgot to pay his taxes.
So we have a few things to discuss tonight, but I want to, before we get into those, I want to. Oh shit! I forgot to make the video. I still had the graphic up. There we go. Okay, now everyone can see our faces. I still had the fucking graphic up once again because I had to fucking my Stream Deck isn't working because it updated along with XSplit. I was dealing with some bullshit. And yes, okay, Marion just let me know that the video is the title screen, which I just fixed. So thank you for letting me know, Marion. I would have seen that in a second and been like, oh, fuck. So, yeah, I usually use, I don't know, this is all kind of inside baseball, but I have a thing called the Stream Deck, which is, here, I'll see if I can show it off because it's hard to explain. Here, I'll show you guys. You guys have seen this thing, right, with all the buttons?
Yeah, it's a nice deck.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice deck. So I can't really get it on cam all that well, but it's this little device, and it has. What's that?
You showing deck pics?
No, I'm showing my deck on video. So
no one wants to look at that.
It's got 15 buttons. I can map them to XSplit so that I can actually for instance, hit the title screen and change it from the title screen to the cameras. So without that, I kind of forgot to hit the button. So just and now Twitter isn't working. I don't know what's going on here, man. Trying to tweet something, it's not tweeting. What's going on, Raven Shadow? Why is this happening?
I think there's too many fake fucking words. It's like fucking tweeting and beating and
tweeting and beating.
Yeah, it's like you gotta go on fastbarilla.com and your ShamWow and your Flamanji. You gotta download the fucking Fugazi app. Like it's all fucking made up shit, man. There's too much, made up words. You know what I mean?
Speaking of the king, speaking from the king of made up words.
Yeah, but Leo, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's like you gotta, it's like fucking parents working from home. You gotta download the Funaki app and then get the fucking.
So would all this make sense to you if they used real words rather than make up words?
Blackboard, eraser.
Okay, so go download the Blackboard app.
Yeah.
And take your chalk and sign in.
Yeah. Ooh. Why don't you do that?
I'll chalk up on that bad. But no, I mean that's fine. That's fun. Yeah. Okay. But there's probably a Funaki app that's like for like.
Indeed.
Food, I don't know.
Remember that time that you and I met Funaki, Raven Shadow?
We did. We met Taka and Funaki.
Taka and Funaki. Yeah, that was one of the greatest moments of my life.
And I
Takanaki.
was there with you, and and it's no gimmick. They do not speak English.
They don't?
No.
Not
Oh,
well.
shit,
I mean,
man. I always thought
they understood what we were saying, but
And I'm pretty sure Taka and Funaki signed my cigarette pack.
I think they did actually.
Which I have a collection of like autographed cigarette packs of various people from the late 90s and early 2000s. But they had Taka and Funaki are the only ones that had worse seats than we did
Yeah, I know they were way up there.
because they were in the bleachers. I fucking love Taka and Funaki.
They weren't in the front row.
Not front row.
All right, so on this evening's show, this week's show, whenever you're listening to it, this year's show, we are going to be discussing the film The Curse of Audrey Earnshaw. I have to say it slow because I want to like Earnshaw for some reason is like difficult to say. I don't know why.
it is
It's like a mouthful
word
saying.
salad.
Yeah, The Curse of Audrey
there's
Earnshaw.
a lot going on. Yeah, there's a lot going on in that title.
So, gotta say it slow. But we will be talking about The Curse of Audrey Earnshaw. And we got some voice messages. If you guys are listening live and want to get a voice message in, whether it's whether it's your thoughts on the film or thoughts of any other film that we've been doing, if you're doing the 31 Days of Halloween, whether it's ours or your own, feel free to call in. Let us know what you've been watching with a quick review, trick or treat, and like 1 or 2 sentences. We'd love to hear from some of you folks. I know there's a bunch of people who are playing along, which is pretty fucking awesome, MZ.
Yeah. I've been reading them, and I've been talking to people about them, and there's a few people out there that's actually sticking with this thing. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. It's really cool that everyone is kind of keeping up with it. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, and I've been doing a live video on Trick or Treat Radio every day now. To a small little minute review about the film for the day, and then I inform them about the film for tomorrow, and how you can rack up those points and rack up those entries into the big giveaway at the end of the month.
That's right. Do you want to run down the films you watched this week, or I can't remember? I think we did that last week, didn't we?
Did we? I don't think we did.
I don't know. Well, do you want to do it or not? You don't have to.
No, because I don't remember them. I know today was
What?
Shudder.
I have them in front of me, so I mean, I can.
Okay.
I can quickly.
Oh, all right then. Oh, then
Yeah.
please, by all means, rattle them off.
Okay, so let me see. So it would have started on Thursday. So let me start on the 8th. So okay, so we last talked about Would You Rather. We did discuss that last time. So we'll quickly go through these. Friend request.
My quick review on it.
Yeah.
Trick.
Any redeeming qualities? Should people seek it out?
No.
Okay.
No.
I actually saw that one.
And
I was I want to chime in a little bit. That movie should not have been an R rating. It should have been a PG, mainly because of what the movie was to begin with. It had some minor gore in it that gave it the R rating, but it was just strictly a jump scare movie. Anyone who doesn't understand technology would probably be bothered by this movie a little bit more.
Yes.
But it is not that good of a movie, so it is a trick.
Yeah.
all right,
Not that good.
MZ. I'm pretty sure I know what you think of this one, but Chopping Mall.
Oh, treat. It's a classic. I mean, look at the cast. Look at the cast in that movie. It's sickening. It's fucking top notch, babe. It's fucking top notch, babe. It's awesome.
Was there anything?
Paul Bartel, Mary Warrenoff, Dick Miller, Barbara Crampton. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Jarrett Graham.
Was there anything in this viewing that stood out to you?
Just about how awesome it is. Maybe the the effects are a little bit dated. The laser effects are a little bit dated, but I think that kind of adds to the charm of the film. As time goes on, that kind of cheesy effect just adds to the charm of the film. It's just a great flick, a good Saturday night popcorn and beer flick, really.
All right, next one was Blood Rage.
Yeah. The first, and as far as I'm concerned, the only Thanksgiving Day horror film. I don't give a shit what Mars says. The Thanksgiving films suck. They don't even qualify as films. But Blood Rage is great. It's so good. Louise Lasser, who did Mary Hartman for years prior, she kind of like loses her mind in this movie, and I get like a sick, demented, fascinating feeling of glee when I watch her, spazzing out. There's something about it that just makes me happy. I don't know what it is, but it's great. A good slasher film, shot in Jacksonville, Florida, and totally looks it. Well worth the time. It's all about twin brothers. One kills somebody, and they end up in a mental hospital while the other one lives their life. And then that one escapes from the mental hospital. So then wacky hijinks ensue.
Well, as Creepy Girl actually pointed out, Ravenshaw, you raised your hand. She had to let me know.
Thank you, Creepy Girl.
Something you wanted to add? I'm trying to figure out what's going on with XSplit. But it's fine, but some of the functionality is missing that I normally use. So go ahead.
So I had always wanted to watch Chopping Mall. There's a handful of pictures on this list. Like Maniac Cop was one. I've never seen the original, and I adored it. There's still another movie I've never seen is Street Trash, which I really do want to see because
oh boy, that keep away scene, MZ.
Yeah, the keep away scene is great.
There's certain pictures and Chopping Mall, which I love that title. I know we talked about it was like what the Incredible Killbots was supposed to be the title.
The original title was Killbots. A better title, by the way.
I mean, it's a better title than GoBots, but I think Chopping Mall is a lot better than that. I gotta say, I wasn't. Now I'm watching it with 43-year-old eyes without seeing it.
I think your eyes are older than 43, even though you're 43.
That's why I'm off.
The way you look at your phone, believe me, your eyes are older than 43.
It's a fucking condition, sir. Thanks for making fun of me. Getting progressively worse. But fine with fucking 83-year-old eyes. I don't know, man. They all look like little mini Ed 2019s or whatever the fuck. I don't know. It didn't move me the way I wanted it to. But I think that maybe it's because it wasn't from back in the day. Now, an opposite is Killer Clowns in Outer Space. I don't mean to cut you off. You're gonna go there. I was watching that with Marion last night, and she had never seen it. But once again, having seen it at 13, at my age now, I still have a love for it. But I don't know how you would watch that movie nowadays if you didn't grow up with it. That was kind of one of my Fisher Price, my first horror, was Killer.
I can kind of understand that, but then again, I can feel that way about any kind of film that's from the 80s, and with today, with the youth of today, they wouldn't really understand it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is one of those those totally righteous 80s films. It's totally 80s, feels 80s, looks 80s, and it's bloody. It's violent and bloody, but it's not super gory. It's got some great lines. John Vernon is a fucking master, man. That guy is a god. So good. What a voice on him. And he has all the best lines. So his talents were certainly not wasted in this movie. And of course, the talents of the Kyoto brothers. I mean, what can you say about those guys? They're just the best. They really are fantastic at what they do, and it's really a shame and a crime, really, that they have not put out another film.
That sucks.
To Killer Clowns, because I have been craving a sequel to Killer Clowns for at least 20 years.
Wasn't there some talk about it, or am I mistaken?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, you're not mistaken. There was a lot of talk about it. I would actually. There was talk about it about maybe 15, 16, 17 years ago. Then there was talk about it more about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I remember more recently.
Yeah, there was talks about 16 years ago, 15 years ago. Then there was talks about it some more about maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago. But unfortunately, nothing came of it, which really shocks me because Killer Clowns is such a classic. Some great death scenes, some really witty dialogue and imagery. I love how they transfer the idea of what a 3-ring circus is and what happens in a circus, and they translate that to absolute horror, which is fine by me because I hate circuses. I think they're creepy anyway. But the way they just transfer some of the ideology of circuses and what goes on in them to killing people off, it's just an awful lot of fun. That movie is.
I marked out over the balloon dog scene when they were chasing.
Yeah.
That's a pretty funny gimmick.
Yeah. It's witty. It's intuitive. It's resourceful. It's brilliant. A lot of the scenes are like that. The shadow puppet scene.
Oh yeah.
With the bunny, then Washington crossing the Delaware, and then the T-Rex. I mean, he gobbles up all the people. I mean, that's great.
Oh, it must be a cotton candy factory. Like, where the fuck has cotton candy factories? I love the way they rationalize it. And I didn't know the redhead, who I remember having definitely a thing for as a wee Raven Shadow. Eric pointed out that she was one of the girls in Weird Science. She was the blonde in the Weird Science.
That's Suzanne Snyder.
Yeah.
And she was the blonde in Weird Science. She was the one who ended up hooking up with Anthony Michael Hall. Yeah. But she has further horror cred because she plays even more of a redhead in Return of the Living Dead Part 2. So she's got a little bit of a horror thing going on, not too big, but enough to give her some notice, But I always liked Suzanne Snyder anyway. I always thought she was let's put it this way. I think she could have been a cult star. I really do. I thought for certain. Because I was following her through Weird Science and Killer Clowns, and then
her backyard.
Yeah.
her bedroom.
Peeking in her window. Yeah, watching her shower.
Probably why she wasn't
washing her hair.
Oh my God! For Christ's sakes, recover yourself.
Then I slowly take off my pants.
Who do you like better, Judy Aronson or Suzanne Snyder?
Judy Aronson. Who is on Cameo, by the way?
Who isn't? You should fucking be on Cameo.
What the fuck am I going to do Cameo for? Raven Shadow should do Cameo. Raven Shadow should do Cameo.
Happy birthday, douchebags. You could do that.
So Creepy Girl says Killer Clowns is awesome. It was on my 31 list. She said I did the same day, so I only had to watch one movie that day. Because she's playing along with you as well. And
Kismet.
And she says MZ always remembers every actor's name. It's so impressive.
every actor, but he'll forget friends that he's met.
Yeah. Multiple times.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. MZ, we've hung out with this person about 10 times. Oh, all right. Hey, good to see you again.
Every rock shock. That guy Bill from outside the cinema's a nice guy. You met him last year, dog. What the fuck?
The best one was Reverend Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Yeah, I've met Reverend Scott like 50 times before that. Oh, that's nice. Hey, who are you?
Oh, shit.
What are the other movies?
Hold on, let me pull up the list again. I navigated away. As above, so below.
Impressive. I did not know that it was a found footage horror film or first person perspective horror film. I'm kind of kicking myself for not seeing it until now. I mean, it's not gonna blow anybody's doors off, but a worthy film. I liked it.
I also watched that one, so I'm going to chime in here. I enjoyed it. The one thing I didn't like about it was the multiple cameras in the found footage. I felt that was just a quick and easy way to get around some of the problems that would come of that movie having one camera. But beyond that, it was very enjoyable.
Yeah, it was actually, that's why I wanted to add it to your list, MZ, because I was actually surprised you hadn't seen it, because I know you're a big fan of found footage, and that was one that kind of, I think, went under the radar a little bit. And but yeah, I actually, found footage is very hit or miss with me, but I actually thought that one was pretty well executed, so I'm glad you guys dug it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. All right. Audition. I know what you think of that, but make it official.
Oh, yeah. That's a stellar treat. Oh God, Mike just has a way of getting under your skin in ways that no other director can. Yeah. And his ideas for torture are pretty vile. They're vile, but they're also very simplistic. There's a simplicity about the way Asami tortures her victim, and she does it with such a delicate stroke. Like it's something as simple as like wire, but when she talks about the wire and what it can actually do and what it ends up actually doing, but she also uses that very delicate voice that she has. So you got the two, both ends. Yeah, you got that both ends of the spectrum, and it's just an explosion of fear. So good, man. Oh, god damn. Yeah, nah. Audition's great.
How long had it been since you last saw it?
Let's see. I'd say within a year.
Oh, okay. So
I think I saw it within a year. Yeah, not too long.
Yeah, it's been.
But that torture scene where he's laying down in the living room is just brutal.
Yeah. It's one of those films that, like, where a sound gets seared into your brain. So whenever I hear something even remotely like tiki 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 tiki, I'm like, oh my god, get like PTSD,
yeah.
But no, it's such a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's really fucking good. Let's see. We already talked about Killer Clowns, and then today's film was Shudder.
Oh god, this is my number 2 scariest Asian horror film.
Wow.
Yeah, it always has been.
What's number 1?
The Eye.
The Eye. Okay,
yeah. Yeah. That's just great flick.
Yeah.
Good tension. Great tension. Good characters. You actually feel for some of the characters in this movie. It isn't all just hardcore fear right in your face, and ghosts and weird shit happening. It's just a whole bunch of just everything going right in a movie like that. And the thing is that it's a very straightforward story. It's not it doesn't veer off into too many different avenues. It pretty much it stays very well on course with the story that it wants to tell, and I like that.
Yeah.
And with the score, and you see all these horrifying ghost pictures of random people, fake or not, it gives you the sense that it's all real, and that just helps amp up the fear in this film. Just a great movie overall. If you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend it. It's so worth it.
Yeah, we did that. I'm looking it up right now. We did that way back on one of our earlier shows. I'm trying to find out which one it was. But anyways, yeah, we did it early on. I want to say it was in the first year.
Yeah. And don't if you do decide to watch it for the first time, don't fall into what everyone else says and say, oh geez, another Asian horror film with a girl with long black hair. Yeah, it is. Okay, learn to deal with it. So just sit back, enjoy it. It's awesome.
All right, we did it on episode 26, actually. So it was, within the first year of doing the show. So there you go. If you guys want to go check out our discussion about Shudder. And so that's caught up so far. What do you think, MZ? Are you liking the way things are going with 31 Days this year?
Yeah. I mean, as far as what the films are, sure, they're going.
You've been happy with the films?
Yeah. I mean, they're not all going to be winners. I mean, and that's fine. They shouldn't all be winners. It's like like when you go trick or treating. You're going to find a lot of treats, but every now and then you're going to find a trick in there, and end up eating a piece of candy that might have something that you're allergic to, or a razor blade, and you don't want to have anything to do with that. But you learn to take it.
All right.
That razor blade, take it. Come on, boy.
Yeah. Eat that razor blade. Bite it.
All right. So if you guys are playing along, continue to play along with MZ and watch the films with him. Upcoming this week, I'll just quickly run down. We have tomorrow. This is Friday the 16th. Is Intruder on Tubi. 17th, The Devil All the Time on Netflix. On October 18th, Sleepy Hollow on Netflix. That's the Tim Burton one. October 19th, The Guest, also on Netflix. On the 20th, we have Fade to Black, which is on Shudder. Let's see, the 21st of October, Trick or Treats on Tubi. And on the 22nd of October, we have The Autopsy of Jane Doe on Netflix. So that'll get you through the next week. If you guys want to play along at home, and just keep track of the ones that you do watch and let us know at the end of the month. All right. So did anyone else have anything else they wanted to discuss? I couldn't remember if there's something else at the top of the show. MZ, was there something you wanted to talk about that movie? The Netflix one there.
Yeah. This month Netflix released Hubie's Halloween.
Hubie Halloween, what it's called.
Or Hubie Halloween, whatever it's called. I don't even know. The Adam Sandler joint. Now, I've always said that the worst thing about an Adam Sandler film is Adam Sandler.
unless it's
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, yeah.
Which he was phenomenal in.
Yeah.
And I will praise him forever for that. phenomenal performance. And remember when he said, well, even though this came up, shooting for this film came up before all the news broke about how Uncut Gems wasn't going to be nominated for any awards from the Academy. He said that he was going to start promising to make shitty films again. Well, I think he got a jump start on it. I think he got a jump start on that promise. Oh God, you know what? Adam Sandler could probably be funny, maybe be funny, if he could just knock off the stupid fucking voices. Every character, every movie he has to have a stupid ass voice. Why? Does he actually think he's funny making those voices? I mean, really? Oh, lunch lady land. Who gives a shit? I mean, all right, so I mean, the movie takes place in Salem and shot in Salem and in a couple of surrounding areas. Looks awesome. Okay, visually, this movie just screams Halloween. Awesome to look at. Very good to look at. And that is almost where it ends. It's all about a bunch of people who go missing from during the Halloween season. That's basically it. It's family friendly fare. It's not hardcore or anything like that. It's very it's very simplistic. I like it. As far as the visual appeal goes, Adam Sandler, though, he just annoys the hell out of me. Everybody else in the film is fine. The supporting cast is fine. I think Maya Rudolph had some of the best lines in the film. I thought she was one of the funniest in the movie. I mean, nothing hardcore, but she was mildly entertaining at least. And the woman who played his mother, you got to watch this, because the woman who plays his mother, every time you see her, she's wearing a different shirt. But the shirts that she's wearing are shirts that really shouldn't belong on, I would presume, a 70-year-old woman or a 75-year-old woman. But the fact that she's wearing them makes them even funnier. Like, she'll be wearing a shirt that says "Kayaking makes me wet." Yeah, it's funny as hell. There was one scene where she's wearing a shirt that said, "I shaved my balls for this." Oh no, it was a question mark, like, "I shaved my balls for this." Little things like that. That was humorous. I think there were some scenes from Fright Kingdom shot there as well.
Yeah.
Now I tried to find a couple of our friends, Wolfie, that they said were going to make it into the movie. I might have to watch it again because that got by me. I didn't find anybody. I'll have to look at it again just for that alone. But overall, it's beautiful to look at. It's got the Halloween, visuals down. The supporting cast is fairly good. Steve Buscemi's in it, who is also mildly entertaining. Not one of his best works, but any Buscemi is better than no Buscemi. And it has also a little cameo from Ben Stiller. Same thing goes for him. Any Ben Stiller is good. He can make anything work. Adam Sandler, though, geez, I just do not get it with people who like him. I just, my bicycle, fucking idiot. Adam Sandler can suck my balls. Okay,
Whoa.
that's what Adam Sandler can do. He is just not funny. He never was funny. Ooh, you know, 8 crazy nights, yeah. Just shut up. Just shut up. Blibbity-doo. Yeah, just shut up and just stop making movies.
Well, come on, man. I mean, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, those are fucking dope from a certain time.
Okay, you know what? I gotta ask, why did you watch this movie then? If you absolutely despise the star, why did you watch this movie?
Yeah.
Two reasons. One, it's a Halloween film. All right? It's a Halloween film that's set in Salem. Okay? I go to Salem all the time. Okay? So I like to see the places that, you know, that I've been to, you know? It's a little perk for me. Second of all, I was told that a couple of my friends are in it. You know, I also like to see that too. So there's that. Now, as far as the cameos and the supporting cast go, I mean, I didn't know who was in this movie. I had no idea. You know, but that was a little perk as well. I mean, that became a little bonus. But I mean, Adam Sandler wouldn't be so bad if Adam Sandler wasn't Adam Sandler all the time.
But the problem is that is your personal opinion, because there are people in this world who like him, because that is it's different. It is his style. So if you don't like that, you're not going to like it, and you shouldn't just shit on that, because that is a style that a lot of people like and appreciate. It makes them laugh because it is mindless comedy.
That's true. That's true. And so far, from the people that have been reviewing this film on my feed anyway, they haven't been liking it at all. And a lot of people are saying it's because of Sandler. It wouldn't be so bad if he could just talk like a normal human being. But he can't do that. He can't bring himself to do that. He's got to put on a stupid facade voice. Yeah, like that. That just doesn't. That just irritates the hell out of me. You know, if he spoke like a normal human being, it wouldn't be so bad.
Then it would be every other actor in Hollywood. He is Adam Sandler. That is part of Adam Sandler.
That doesn't mean I have to like it.
No, but you don't have to shit all over it.
Yeah, I do have to shit all over it.
No, you can just merely say you don't appreciate that type of humor.
No, it's not that I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. Because I think once in a while is fine. Every single role, it's tedious.
But he doesn't do the same. I mean, granted, there are voices in every role, but the extent in the, it's different in every movie. This movie seems to be going more back to the Little Nicky.
Oh.
I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know.
But because it's a different voice, that makes it better?
I'm not saying it's a different voice, but he has his voice. He has his style. And it is in every movie, and it's to a certain degree in every movie.
Now, I mean, granted, yes, this is what made him a star, and this is what made him a $20 million a picture actor. Yes, definitely. And I agree with you on that. But that doesn't mean that it's good. It just means there's a lot of stupid people out there.
Well, as you know, good is subjective.
Wait. I am defending this because I like him. I think he is funny. I am not just picking a fight with you. I enjoy his movies.
Oh,
I think he is funny.
No, I mean, I'm sure.
So you just called me stupid. You just called me stupid because I like his humor.
Yeah. Well,
give me the what? That is what you just said.
Yeah.
Oh, I did, and I'm trying to. I did, and let me just finish up by saying it's a good thing that hey, lucky for you, I said that here and not in front of you.
Right, exactly. Okay, I'm waiting for you to backpedal here and defend yourself with that.
What, to defend what?
The fact that you just called me stupid.
Come on, MJ.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting too.
I'll defend it. I think people who listen to Adam Sandler and
Stop Stop talking. No, stop talking.
He's gonna hurt
You're
you.
not that far away from me. I can drive to your house in 5 minutes.
My client, Monster Zero, does
I won't
not
be there.
believe those statements. He's acting irrationally right now.
Also, MZ, Creepy Girl says he is funny making those voices. I loved it.
Oh, Jesus, no.
There you go.
Yeah.
Word to
And you knew going into this movie, it was an Adam Sandler movie, so you were going to get Adam Sandler, and you are tearing this movie apart because of that fact. I mean, what did you watch? You were watching an Adam Sandler movie. We're expecting Clint Eastwood.
Yes, I was. I am not.
Then you're stupid, sir.
Oh, so now we're even.
Yeah, no, we're not. Oh, no.
Yes, we're even. We're even. We're even. No, I didn't call the movie stupid. I called the movie visually appealing.
But you call the viewers who like it
Stupid.
I called supporting cast. I called the supporting cast.
What is Aries wielding right now?
Oh, it's a cutting tool. I got to fiddle with something as I talk.
That's a fucking.
Normally I try to keep this stuff out of sight, but he's getting me mad.
Marion says November Patreon grudge match.
Fucking handheld scythe right there. That's like.
Yeah. I don't know. I just never found the appeal of Adam Sandler. I never got it. Never, ever got it. And you know, hey, I'm the kind of guy who likes Carrot Top, okay? So
Are you kidding me?
You're
fucking shitting on Adam Sandler and you like Carrot Top?
Aries, you haven't seen Chairman of the Board, sir. I
haven't. I've seen his stand-up. So that's...
Criterion needs to do a release of that movie.
Oh my god.
Hey, they got Raquel Welch in that movie. Come on, how bad could it be?
I don't know.
That's your defense of the movie.
Yeah.
I remember. I mean, have you seen? I mean, yeah, he kind of looks like a freak now with where he's completely jacked. He's like John Cena times 4.
He looks like what's the anime Dragon Ball Z character? Like he evolved to another.
I mean, his eyebrows go up in points and shit. And his eyes are all fucked up.
Energy with his tank top and his like supplies.
I'll tell you this. He's funnier than Gallagher.
You're funnier than Gallagher.
As far as improvisational prop comedy goes, Carrot Top has it all over Gallagher. Fuck Gallagher.
I don't know where Gallagher came from, but all right, fine. All right, we're gonna move on.
Prop comedy.
Evil Corny says, I'm making an Aries to-do list for after the pandemic. Wolfie is the only person excused from a beatdown. So far.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't want to upset Aries because I don't want to make him have to drive down to Maryland. So.
Yeah, that's a long drive.
All right. Well, we should probably wrap this up because we got a film to talk about. Raven Shadow has got to do his thing in a moment, but it looks like he's busy. You busy? Did you get new glasses? Because you're not holding it 3 inches from your face.
I'm not reading.
Oh, okay.
Are you tweeting? What's going on?
No, there's something in the group chat.
MZ. I think the honeymoon's over. Creepy Girl says, "Dang, I love Gallagher."
Yeah.
So she loves Gallagher and MZ and MZ and Adam Sandler. Maybe you guys aren't so compatible after all.
Yeah. They come over to my camp because I'd take Gallagher over Carrot Top in a heartbeat.
Oh, shit, Aries can stay out late. Just saying. Cross state lines.
Although Carrot Top's pretty fucking jacked these days.
I wouldn't fight.
Yeah. Who's more ripped, Carrot Top or Gallagher?
Oh,
Isn't Gallagher dead? I don't know.
yeah. Corny asked Gallagher 1 or 2.
Good point, Corny.
Yeah, very good point.
All right, so let's start to wrap things up. If you guys haven't already supported us on Patreon, I would recommend doing so. There's a lot of stuff going on over there. Head on over to patreon.com/trickortreatradio and check it out. There's 3 different tiers. If you guys want exclusive audio content every month, you can go ahead and get into the Hunter tier for $2 a month. And then in Slayer, we give you all that. We give you video. You get the video podcast. And you also get access to the Monster Piece Theater Movie Club. We're actually, I think we decided, we're going to do one in November at some point. And I think from that point on, we might make it bi-monthly instead of quarterly. So I think we're going to ramp up the frequency. And also, whenever they happen, we have blackout tapes, Raven Channel's blackout tapes. We may kind of add some more programming to that. And maybe we'll do some more kind of like impromptu kind of deals. Do you have something to say, Raven Shadow? You look like you're getting close to the mic there.
I am close to the mic.
Yeah, were you going to say something?
I will. Not now, but soon.
Oh, dear God.
No. But no, yeah, no,
Got
it's exciting. No, I think what you're trying to say, John, is a good segue. And I'll jump in for you a little bit. Maybe where Rock and Shock left off, we can keep it going. And maybe we can do like a verbal Rock and Shock. We just hang out and pretend we're in our own booths and we'll just talk to each other.
A verbal Rock and Shock.
Yeah.
So are you trying to say you want to do another blackout tapes? Is that what's going on? Is this your roundabout way of saying that?
I do want to do more blackout tapes. What are you guys doing on Saturday?
Then just say that.
Oh.
Yeah. Just say it. Say it, Raven.
It's a lot easier than trying to make people guess to figure out what you're talking about.
Stop being so cryptic, dude.
But that's part of the magic trick. It's like you're like sowing seeds, and I like Adam's two Aries. Don't get upset with me. All right, that was the real enemy. All right, kick his ass.
Seabass.
Seabass, yeah.
No, it's fun. No, we'll do all kinds of things, man. I got a birthday coming up, and I want to talk to some people because I'll be lonely. You know,
coming up in 2 months.
Yeah, it's 2 months.
Oh, a creepy girl on YouTube. I just checked YouTube, and she said, "Guess I'm stupid," with 2 sad crying faces.
Oh,
you're so fucking
smart.
Wow,
MZ.
Okay,
that's fucking low, man.
He's the monster.
He is. He is.
Okay.
And a couple weeks ago, she said I was being mean.
What are you?
The show's still young.
What are you wielding there?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just a cutting tool. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
It's nothing. It's
watch over that beard. You don't want to lose that.
I realize I'm surrounded by all different cutting tools. I just have like box cutters all over. That's what I like to touch. I don't know.
Jeez. All right.
You're starting to scare me, man.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You're starting to scare me.
All right, so everyone go check out Patreon, patreon.com/trickortreatradio. And we also have the Discord, which people have been updating with their thoughts about the 31 Days films. So head on over to our Discord channel. You can find the link in the show notes. So whether you're watching this on YouTube, if you are checking it out on the Trick or Treat Radio website or any of the podcatchers, there should be a link in there for the Discord. So go ahead and click it and then join. If you're not already in Discord, it'll literally take you 30 seconds to join. So go look at that. We'd love to have you guys involved in our Discord community. All right, and also there's another way you can help support, and that is Amazon. I know Prime Day just happened, so hopefully you guys used our link when you bought stuff on Amazon Prime. But if not, I know the holidays are coming up. Going to be buying some gifts, get some gift cards. Go to trickortreatradio.com, scroll down, look for the Amazon logo, click on that, and then it's going to bring in Amazon. Inputs our affiliate link. You go ahead, everything you purchase in that session will get attributed to us. Doesn't cost them any extra, though, Michael Ravenshadow.
But it's another way to help keep the lights on.
That's right. So if you guys want to help support the show, you can do that, or go to trickortreatradio.com, click on store, and we got some digital stuff there. There's the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio you can check out. So if you're a newer listener to the show, you haven't been around for 8 years, on there we have some highlights, some lowlights, and some midlights, and everything else in between, right, Raven Shadow?
So much content.
So give that a look if you guys haven't, and every little bit helps support the show. We have, there's a lot of fees associated with it, software, hardware, lots of stuff, subscriptions. Raven Shadow, okay, that's Ollie. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Prescriptions.
Prescriptions, yeah. Raven Shadow needs some prescriptions.
I do need some, yeah.
As evident by how close you hold your phone to your face.
Oh, it's gonna be a segue. Wait till I fucking tell you what I'm about to tell you. No.
Oh boy! All right, so that's it. That's how you can support us, and we would appreciate any support you guys can give. The best way, Patreon though, because that really gets you involved in the community, and there's lots of cool stuff on there. So give that a look. All right, Raven Shadow, you sit down to watch The Curse of Audrey Earnshaw. What do you do to prepare to watch this movie?
I had to go for a physical, Johnny.
Before you to like as a prerequisite to watch the movie?
No, it wasn't like you had a fucking. No, it was like my annual. My annual that got pushed back, so it's like a year and a half of wool, because of COVID and shit. So like, I finally had I met my new my PCP for the first time, primary care physician, at the doctor's office. I had my physical today.
They check your oil?
But I was trying to
moving violations.
It was anxiety because my long-term doctor retired last year, and he was like my doc for like 25, 30 fucking years since I was in short pants, right? So it's the first time I have a woman doctor. You understand? Weird.
Sorry, Rimshaw, I got to interrupt you.
You will.
Because we just got a new Patreon supporter.
What?
And I think it's I'm not going to. What's that?
Is it my doctor?
Yes, it's your doctor. That must have been a very good physical.
Pick up Dr. Chang. Thank you very much.
I am pretty sure I don't want the name. I don't recognize the name, but looking at the picture, I'm pretty sure it's Creepy Girl.
Stop it.
Hey.
So, you know what that means? Creepy Girl's been playing along at home, watching the 31 Days with MZ. She now gets double points.
Yep.
Shit.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Creepy Girl.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that. MZ, you need to send her the Tuck video too, by the way.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
You need to make up for calling her stupid.
Yeah.
Then we'll lose her.
Frankly, I'm surprised she actually did that because of you just calling her stupid. But, hey. Yeah. We appreciate it, Creepy Girl. Thank you so much. All right.
Well, it's that whole. It's that whole thing where girls like it, chicks like it when you treat them like crap.
Are you calling me a chick now? Are you calling me a chick?
Yeah, you gotta shave that shit off your face, man.
Wow.
I'm coming for you.
I don't like them Italian girls.
Oh my God! All right, Raven Shadow. I'm sorry, but I had to, interrupt for that. I think you.
Well, that was worth the interruption.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it. Well, you got Creepy Girl join the Patreon. You got Aries will sharp objects. I'm not sure what I could add to that conversation, so you better believe I had to fucking strap on.
The following message is a paid advertisement for the Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk. Their past glories a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips. The beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the cult of muscle.
I'm Alex West.
And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
We're back on Trick or Treat Radio. Well, some of us are.
Yeah, two of us are. This is odd for MZ not to be back.
I know. I always assume that Raven Shadow won't be, but.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we're going to talk about movie. Let's see. Oh. Creepy Girl says, she said, "You're welcome, and no, I joined because of this fucking guy, man."
I was going to make a fucking entrance.
Yeah. Fucking pick up your mic, scrape it on the table or whatever. So Creepy Girl says, "You're welcome. No, I joined because of everyone else. I went in on Raven's blackout tapes."
Oh, yeah.
Let's not tell him that, okay?
No, let's keep that, yeah.
Yeah, let's not tell him that.
We'll never hear the end of it. We will never hear the end of it.
There is some static. I don't know who it's coming from. I know we heard it last week. Do you guys hear that every now and then? There's like some static.
A little crack and popple.
Yeah. You all hear it?
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
I don't think it's my end, but let me just try something because I do have the iPad it's a cord that very precariously dangles.
I muted my mic and I still heard it.
The precarious dangler.
Is that the sequel to The Greasy Strangler?
Yeah.
His dangler. That's your porn name.
Oh,
Forget Rocky Overhang. Oh God. Oh man.
That's funny.
What are you eating, MZ?
Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, all right. All right, so I'm not going to delay anymore. Fuck Raven Shadow. We'll just start with Adam. All right, so we're going to talk about The Curse of Audrey Earnshaw. This film is 93 minutes. It is a drama horror mystery. It is written and directed by Thomas Robert Lee, and it stars Hannah Emily Anderson, Catherine Walker, Jared Abrahamson, Sean McGinley, Jessica Reynolds as the titular Audrey Earnshaw, Don McKellar, and Geraldine O'Rourke. And the synopsis, a devout community suffering from a plague is torn apart by a beautiful young woman and the forces of witchcraft. I think that's you, MZ, because I heard you scratch your fucking, your chin, and it made noise.
No.
Well, not
it
anymore.
made like a squishy noise.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
anyways.
unless my chin's made out of Jello, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. Raven Shadow, you missed the... Yeah, he's not even listening. Jesus Christ.
No. Motherfucker.
No, I'm not even going to tell him. I'm not even going to tell him what he missed.
No, let's move on. Go ahead.
Please don't.
Let me finish the synopsis. I'll read it again. A devout community suffering from a plague is torn apart by a beautiful young woman and the forces of witchcraft, black magic, and possession. So this is... It looks like it's the second feature from director Thomas Robert Lee. I'm not familiar with his first, which is called Imperium. But it looks like it's a drama sci-fi flick from 2016. It looks like you can get it on Prime Video, rent or buy it on Prime. So it had an official release. I'm just not familiar with it. But this is his follow-up and his second feature. And it was released by Epic's. Well, I guess Dread presents their sort of imprint. So it's either, I don't know if it, I actually don't know which is which, but it's either Dread presents or Epic Pictures, or both actually. So, but yeah, okay. So let's dig into this film. This is one of the few I didn't take notes for because I ended up watching it on Saturday night. And I just wanted to kind of enjoy the film, and not be kind of like writing down stuff. So I don't have notes to go by. And I saw it earlier in the week, which I typically watch them closer to the show. So there may be some details that I forgotten. But we basically start the film out, and we get a little preamble, sort of. You guys might maybe help me out, but it says something along the lines of there is a community of folks who immigrated here to America from Ireland, I believe, right?
Yes.
And so they've basically been living the life of pilgrims, despite the fact that it is, 1973, I think it was?
Yeah, so it's like a picture of the village if they were in the real world. Almost like the village meets type stuff.
Well, the village, but they're not keeping it a secret that they're living in the past.
Right.
As far as we know.
Like everyone knows. Everyone seems to know.
Oh, everyone there, yes. Everyone there.
Yeah, everyone there seems to know.
Yeah.
They know outside world. There's even a comment where it's like, let's go to the scientists.
Yeah. Yeah, so
they kind of like the Amish, only they're Irish.
Kind of like the Amish, but Irish.
I think we might have the show title.
MZ scratched his beard again.
So, yeah, and so it's kind of interesting, and I don't want to. Obviously, I want to keep spoilers to a minimum here, but I'm kind of curious as to why they made that decision. Instead of setting it in like 1700s, 1800s,
And
I was thinking about that. And
don't interrupt him. He was talking. Raven Shadow was about to talk.
I was saying something.
You spoke over him. Go ahead, Raven Shadow.
I think you have a little bit of a delay, MZ, but one of you go, and then the other will go.
All right, go ahead.
Well, fair. Thank you.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Raven Shadow.
The only thing I could even think of was like if they had to worry about planes flying by or like background noise. Like this didn't need to be set in 73. Maybe some clothing, the jacket that the Irish dude.
It's just an interesting choice. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason, but it's not very explicit in the film to me.
It's
go ahead,
not. I'll tell you why. My opinion, anyway. I don't know if this is fact or not. I think it has to do with the fact that when we think of witchcraft and witches and all this other stuff like that, we tend to think of old times. Which is, like the Salem witch trials, took place in the 1600s and 1700s. And I think the director wanted to make the point that witchcraft still exists today, even though today is almost 50 years ago.
Yeah.
That it still exists today in quote unquote modern day America. And I think that was what the director wanted to bring across to the viewer, was that even though it's an antiquated ideology that so-called bad witches exist, they wanted to transfer that to late 20th century to give us the impression that they're still around and that they're still powerful, or they still have a purpose.
Well, I can actually kind of get behind that. I think that's actually a pretty good explanation, because you might be right, is that if this was whatever, pick a year, could be anywhere, in 16th, 17th, 18th century, I don't know, could have been any time in there, but specifically it seems like that stuff wouldn't have been all like, what am I trying to say here? So I guess they might have acted differently. Like, for instance, if it was like the witch trials, like they would have been put on trial and they would have been tried and they would have been killed or whatever, But in this, it's more, maybe perhaps more acceptable. So I kind of get what you're saying, and I could kind of see that. It seems like a lot to do to say that. That's the only thing that seemed a little odd to me, but I don't know.
See, I have a problem with that rationale, because if you're trying to introduce that witchcraft still exists in modern time, you wouldn't set it where everyone thinks it's 200 years ago, because everyone's mind is still looking at this and thinking that it is, the Salem witch trials time. Like, you're not thinking about witches in the modern age. There is just certain things that pop up in this movie that are modern day time. I think it was more of just a convenient thing to give the story a little bit of a nice little, hey, this is a modern movie, semi-modern movie, but the people think it's the past, but we can have modern things in it. Like if you notice that the clothing isn't quite right, or that the guns don't quite match the time frame, it is forgivable because it is supposed to be set in 1973 opposed to 1680.
Yeah. And I think that those are all sort of good, observations as to why, perhaps it was set in that time. It's not really, I mean, it doesn't have a bearing on, on what happens, or, like our enjoyment of it. But it was kind of an interesting choice that I don't think necessarily paid off, but, it was a choice and they went with it. But I will kind of start off by saying that I think this is a really well shot film. Like, I really liked the look of it, and I thought that there were some really good shots, and the way that they capture the the landscape was really beautiful. So I think that was one of the first impressions that I had coming in, was that it really benefited from the way it was shot and the way it looked.
Yeah, there was a lot of natural lighting in this movie, and visually, this film is stunning to look at. It's absolutely gorgeous. It might be the best looking film of the year as far as I'm concerned. Just the use of natural light and shadow. There's a couple of spotlight shots that look very natural. And as you were talking about, Wolfie, with the landscape shots and the drone shots, just breathtaking. Simply breathtaking, and not a hint, because when they say this takes place in 1973, so my mind goes to looking everywhere to see if I could spot anything that says modern day, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
So there's that, but visually speaking, the movie was gorgeous.
Yeah. And in terms of the story, so we have Audrey Earnshaw. So the other thing too is that the land so Audrey and her mom, played by Catherine Walker, Agatha Earnshaw, their land is fine, whereas other parts of this land kind of have like a blight on it, where people aren't able to grow their crops, or there's just things just aren't working well for them. But their land seems fine. And then we have like another gentleman who comes from the village and says, I need your, what do you say? Like, I need your land. My wife and my kids, or my wife and kid are doing really, really bad.
He wants to trade. He basically wants to trade because her crops are there. He wants to barter some things. And she's very much vehemently saying no, because if she barters with him, she'll have to barter with everybody else.
Right.
And now what?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What came to my mind watching this was, if for some reason her plot of land, which might have been on the outskirts of town, was very profitable, was very, the growing was good, everything was straight. Why didn't she become like the landlord, or like, yeah, fine, if you want to, either she can become the main source, and they could barter for, maybe they could fix fences, maybe they could dig ditches, maybe they could do stuff like that, or expand her decree and bring them on as like hired hands. Like she could have become the leader of that town. Now you could throw it in there where if their mentality is set in a time where a woman can't have, power, or can't have land, maybe there's some conflict there. But she could have.
That's where you're getting into that, where in this day and age, she's, with their thinking, she is fortunate to be able to hold her land. Like, I think in this day and age, in that day and age, without a man, that land could be taken from her. I thought it was odd that she didn't want to barter with this individual that came to her, because I got the feeling that they were they kind of were separating themselves from her, and it was their choice, not hers. Where it was that I thought she was going to welcome that trade, to try to open that up more.
Right, to open up borders, so to speak. To
yes.
Well, right. We distance ourselves from you because maybe you're a witch and you're growing stuff, but let me give you a hammer and give me some milk or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like I really thought she would like welcome that. I thought that this was going to be like, we were going to see the beginning of a new, friendship, going forward.
Yeah.
So I was surprised by that.
Because he came correct. I mean, he came to put a bow on that. Like, he didn't come threatening. He came humble.
No, I thought that was the figurative olive branch.
Right. It was like, I have a family. Like, I will you want to look at my box? I got some shit in here. Maybe I have a cool fucking dope cutting implement. Because Ares are bartered with like swords.
Should I find something else to fiddle with? Is that making people uncomfortable?
Ares' name would be Big Barter.
Big Barter.
Bob Barter.
So yeah, and then we get, you can see Audrey, the daughter, is kind of hiding behind the door and listening in because the mother tells her to basically stay out of sight. And then shortly after, we get the impression, or we find out that Audrey is supposed to hide. She's not supposed to be seen by anybody else. And it's kind of interesting that she's keeping her hidden. Like, why? Like, what's going on here,
Well, wasn't that all in the scroll in the beginning?
Yeah. Oh, and it may have been, yeah. Like I said, I kind of forgot what was in the scroll, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, there you go.
Because she had a daughter, much like Anakin and fucking whatnot. It was odd that this woman had a child.
Can we just timestamp that I correct Wolfie? I just want that noted. I don't know.
Producer Ares.
Shit doesn't happen very often, okay? That's all I'm saying.
I ain't too proud to admit it. I know I'm wrong. So, so there is, and they just demonstrated in that scene and, kind of like keep her hidden. And then shortly after, they go seemingly into town, and she makes Audrey get into a box, like a wooden box, and then put the top on it. She's in the back of the cart, hiding in a fucking box. And that kind of sets the tone for what goes on, because they ride through town and there is a funeral being held. It is the Dwyer's funeral. They just lost their son, their young son. And, obviously it's kind of a sad deal. The grandfather, played by Sean McGinley, was sort of like the, the preacher, the town preacher as well. And he seemed like kind of a rational person. Like he had to have known kind of what was going on with Agatha Earnshaw, because others didn't have any patience for, the knowing that her land was fertile and she was able to grow stuff and all that, So, there's the scene when they're riding through, and the Dwyers, who are burying their son, come over, and then Seamus Dwyer, I'm sorry, not Seamus, Colm, the son, he comes over and confronts Agatha, and is basically like, what the fuck? This is my son's funeral. Like, you're riding through town and making all this racket, and then Colm hits her. You know,
how dare you flaunt your affluence?
Yes,
by coming town as we're all starving and I'm burying my son. And she's like, yep. I didn't know. I didn't have you on Facebook. They
didn't have Facebook in the Amish Irish past.
Or 73. But right, she's like, I'm just coming through. And even like her going to town with a dog, I'm like, well, that's kind of taking a risk, right? And it's what's hard too, because they made a point, the daughter is 17.
Yep.
Which is pretty much hard to keep a 17-year-old home on a snow day. Like, no, you can't drive your car because it's fucking snowing out. It's why you're home today.
Yep.
Well, I'll fucking drive my car anyway, let alone having all these fucking emotions and being full of piss and vinegar.
Emotionalities, Raven Shadow.
But you're gonna be in a box to go into fucking the Auburn Mall. Essentially.
Yeah, but she has responsibilities that she's been groomed and to be aware of. So she's much more responsible than your average 17-year-old.
But
that can be said for any 17-year-old being raised in that era, not the 70s and the 1600s. That a 17-year-old in that era is more like,
adult.
25, 26.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, they're probably on their second child at that point.
Right. It's why you get married at 14 because you can't be fucking 13 and alone.
They've had three marriages.
Yeah.
I'm divorced. How old are you?
But yeah, I mean, you're left to wonder as to why put her through this? Like, why bring her through town? You know, why is that necessary?
Which we very shortly after find out that there is I don't even know how to describe it because they don't. I'm just going to use the sort of normal witch nomenclature and say that it was like a coven. You know,
Did you say oven?
Yeah, it was an oven.
I love that joke. I'm sorry, I'll use that every fucking time.
It's coven because coven sounds like oven.
Oh god damn it! Okay.
So, anyways, as Raven Shadow very stealthily leaves the room.
Oh god.
So yeah,
somebody needs to put him in a box.
So that's my guess is that it was sort of like a coven of witches, and so they have this. Oh, and just prior to this, actually, I wanted to mention they were Agatha and Audrey were grooming Audrey and cutting her nails and like brushing her hair. It was that scene where they put them they keep the nail clippings and everything, and then they go and there's some sort of ritual that takes place, and they take the nails, blood, and like skin and like hair and everything and kind of make this concoction and mix it all together, and then they all drink it, and Audrey is sort of in this in the middle of everyone, and there's some it's very vague as to what's going on. Did you guys have any impression about what you thought was happening?
I thought there was hallucinogenics going on.
You wish there was.
No, I don't do that. But no, I think a smarter person than I might be able to describe stuff with land and crops and stuff. And I think there may have been some hallucinogenic with magic mushrooms or something from the ground that was giving them this ritual.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna disagree because
really,
yeah, you fuck off. At the risk of a spoiler, this is not, make believe witches. This is real witches. This is a legitimate, I don't even know which I don't even know how to say it. A ritual that witches do. Like, this is a legitimate thing. This is not like hallucinogenics or imagining things. Legitimate things are happening.
Then why does she wake up alone?
Look, listen. I followed witchcraft for about 3 years. Okay. All right.
And witchcraft kept escaping.
How many
closest thing we have to an expert. Go ahead.
How many times did you sleep in the woods, MZ?
HP witchcraft.
I slept with a witch once. Let me explain this to you.
Turns out it was a fucking piece of bark. I fucked that fucking stump.
and they all use different ingredients for different rituals, for different things that they want, whether it be money or security or healthy, long life, to find a mate, things of that nature. And it's possible what this ritual most likely could have been, because it seems to be the one that's most out in front, is prosperous land and prosperous crops, and making sure that just, that everything is perfect for what they need. So I think their ritual has to do with that, is just to make sure that they always have enough food, that there's enough to drink, and that's pretty much all that they need, really.
So the thing
go ahead.
I was going to say, the thing I was curious about is why were the other ones involved, and were they also reaping the benefits, so to speak? Because we didn't really see much of the other witches. We just followed Agatha and Audrey, so we don't know, what happened.
Yeah, that's one of the film's fallbacks, is that it's a little too vague in its in what it wants to show and what it wants to tell us. I think the idea of seeing the rest of the coven would be
COVID-19.
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 It's not
it's a little bit too. It is a little bit too vague, and we don't see them. Well, actually, we don't see them again.
No, we do at the end. We see.
No, I know, but I didn't want to bring that up.
Evil Corny asks. Evil Corny asks, "Is MZ mansplaining witchcraft?"
We don't see them until we see them again.
Well, actually.
Now listen here. No, I like I said, I followed witchcraft for 3 years. I know a little bit of what I'm talking about.
So essentially, you're mansplaining then, because you know a little bit. You're just going to explain a whole hell of a lot.
Well, when I say a little bit, you know, I'm dialing it back a bit. All right. I know what I said there. Shut up. I know why you're laughing. Shut up.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
What is it? You got a vulture in his room?
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. So there, there's this whole scene. So I have some questions that we're probably gonna have to talk about in our spoiler chat room, because I'm kind of curious about the role of Audrey. And after this ritual, something about her kind of changes, whether or not, like, at least as far as we know, because all we see is her just prior to this ritual, and then we see her right after it, right? So we don't get to follow her, when she was younger or whatever. So we don't know if this is the first time that she's kind of acting this way. But after we saw the scene earlier where Colm hit her mother, she didn't take that very well. She was, very affected by that and really wanted to stand up for her and her mother and kind of get revenge in a sense, So they're coming back from this ritual and they run into, she has to go to the bathroom. She's like, I got to pee. So she gets out of the crate. And then, of course, when she's out of the crate, someone pulls up in the road on their crate, on their cart. Brave Shadow,
this is a fucking thing too. And there was 2 times where it was blatantly obvious. There was some motherfucking ninjas in this fucking village, because I don't know how you can be on a deserted dirt road in the middle of the night and all of a sudden someone sneaks up on you and be like, hey, what's going on? There was several instances where people were walking up along a fucking veld of wide fucking grass, and they're surprised when someone's on their doorstep. You know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of someone who works in the woods and dealing with a lot of things that happen in the woods, I've driven behind people for a mile. I've been in a truck and been 10 feet behind someone, and they have no clue I'm there.
I gotta say that they know, my brother. I feel that we.
He's telling you that's something that happened.
Are you calling me a liar?
Yeah, calling him a liar?
No! Don't fight me like fucking monsters.
I am telling you legitimately, double digits. I've driven behind people. They have not known I'm there.
Your area's gotta fucking.
I'm in a fucking truck. People
Johnny.
For a stupid idiot, for a stupid liar, you're awfully stealthy.
I am telling you legitimately. Wind plays a factor in the woods, and carts. I mean, things are silent if the wind is blowing the right way. A lot of factors play into sound when traveling in the woods.
Well, fair. I don't go into woods because there's a lot of ticks there, but still.
I mean, I as much as I'd love to fight with you guys, I am not trying to pick a fight here. Legitimately, I am telling you, you can come up behind someone in a noisy piece of equipment and they do not know you're there.
But you don't think that dude walking on fucking rolling up on a tauntaun would have been seen down the fucking road?
He has a fucking cart. Like they're in their own world. The woods have noise. They just dismissed the noise of him coming up.
Let's make things clear. Let's make it clear. She heard him coming up, but it wasn't until it was too late. He was already almost on top of her before she realized that he was there.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he was doing the same thing she was. He's walking with his horse and carriage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just, you can do that in the woods. It happens.
I bet a lot happens in your woods areas, but I don't.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Okay.
Fair. Fine. I'm wrong.
Yes, that's. I'm happy you can admit
wrong.
that.
All right.
That's timestamp.
I gotta say the no, but I'm not calling you a liar. I will agree or disagree.
All right, so you just admitted and then you took it back. All right, so after that, basically Agatha, the mother, offers this dude from the town as much food as he wants in exchange for not saying anything to anybody about seeing Audrey. Because there's rumors that Agatha had a daughter, but no one's ever seen her, so it's kind of that whole deal. And now that he's seen a girl with her, obviously you put two and two together, and that's, the rumored daughter, right? So, and at this point, this is when Audrey goes to the bathroom in the woods and then runs away. And this is when she starts to enact her sort of like revenge plan. And she finds Colm and, it's kind of like passes out or like feigns passing out and screams. So he grabs her and brings him into his house. And then that's when, stuff starts happening, right? Like, I don't want to give too much away, but we start to see some of her witchcraft at work. And it was interesting because different things happened to different people. Like, there was like the way it affected people. There was like it says it in the synopsis, so I'm not really giving too much away, but there was like a possession like kind of thing. And then there was like just kind of like a general like blight or things dying. And, there was definitely some weirdness going on in what she did to these people to try to get back.
Well, she
go ahead.
She had effects on these people that she didn't even realize she could do.
Yeah,
I believe,
and that's possible.
With some of the things they were saying.
And so in it, we had that, and the weird, well, not the weird thing, but there was I'm trying to think of how to say this without giving too much away. There was kind of a bit of a twist in here, in the sense that one character motivations kind of change as you work your way through the movie, and someone who may have been seen as the antagonist is now the protagonist, and vice versa, right? Did you guys kind of know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now that was kind of jarring to me, because you couldn't really, and not that you need to root for somebody in every single film, but it really made it, you question who you wanted to come out on top in this, and once again, not that you necessarily need to have a rooting interest, but it was playing it one way, and then it started playing it a different way. And then as a viewer, you're kind of lost, right, as to what you're supposed to feel and think.
Right. I mean, we have...
Well, because you don't know which side people are on anymore. Right now, it feels like it's completely up in the air. You feel like they're both on the same side, but one is changing, but you don't know if they're changing for the good or for the bad. And so it does leave the viewer wondering as to what the hell is going on here, and then finally, as the movie plays out, you realize what the hell it is that is going on.
All right, Raven Shadow, you going to say?
I think you could argue there were 3 male antagonists of various degrees. Some, who was the father of the dead child? Liam?
Colm.
Colm was a douche on that day. He did some bad things. I'm not excusing anything that he did because it was pretty fucking douchey. Obviously, he was under the influence and had some emotional shit to him. The blonde guy that tried to barter seemed to come from a place of genuine trying to extend an olive branch. And the other man that kept the secret was, you thought he was on board, but even she made the comment, no matter what he says, he will talk. Those are the 3, I guess you could call them antagonists, right?
I mean, it depends on your point of view and which part of the movie you're in,
Right. But they're the 3, the sources of conflict with those 3 characters.
So, and that was kind of interesting because I mean, I generally, overall, I'll just say I generally liked a lot of what this film did. But it did leave me sort of with this weird feeling of like, well, I don't know, not necessarily who I should root for, because like I said, I don't need to necessarily have a rooting interest, but just I don't know, like it just kind of threw me off where I didn't really understand character motivations after a little while and what was driving these decisions anymore. Like I thought I knew what was driving the decision, and then all of a sudden I kind of didn't,
I can get behind that. It is very, the pacing of this movie is very easy to get lost in your own thoughts because you start to think about the movie because they seem to want you to think, but you kind of get lost in your thoughts because they don't reel you back in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, there was, and especially like the end, obviously I don't want to speak too much about it. We're getting on kind of dangerous territory, so I'm trying to tiptoe around it because I don't want to give too much away. But the end was, a bit surprising. What where sort of things culminated, where it kind of built up to, and I don't really. There was a lot that wasn't. There was a lot that was kind of unsaid, and generally, I enjoy that because I like being able to sort of suss it out in my head and try to think what actually happened. But I feel like there was actually some things that were left out that could have actually enlightened me a little bit more as a viewer. I feel like even 1 or 2 additional points, which could have been easy to add, would have added a lot to my enjoyment of this film. Do you guys agree with that, or did you think the end was satisfactory and you saw it coming and it made sense?
No, I mean, I kind of agree. I'm in a weird spot with this movie as far as the ending goes.
I thought I was okay with the ending. Are you talking about the very, very ending?
Yes, where the culmination of the film.
Okay. There. Okay. Yeah. I gotta agree with Aries. I'm really not too sure. I was kind of really sitting on the fence on that one myself. I really don't know what to think.
Yeah. So it was just one of those things that was interesting, and they didn't really give a lot of sort of like backstory or motive as to why some characters did what they did, and. Once again, not necessarily saying it's a bad thing, but it didn't connect with me. I wanted a little bit more as to why a character did something. And it was like, I get what's going on here, but I just don't really know why they went in this direction. So, I think that there was some. I do think that there's a good movie here, and I think that it is generally a decent flick. But I do think that it a lot. Generally, I don't mind when films kind of leave a little bit to the imagination, but this I think left too much where you didn't quite understand the culmination of the of where the narrative was going, and for me that kind of left a little bit to be desired, and kind of let me down a little bit, even though I generally liked a lot of the things that happened in this. So that's kind of, I know that's a little bit convoluted to say, but I want to make clear that I did like a lot of things in this movie, but the ending definitely left me a little flat, I'll say.
Yeah, I agree. It was building up to something really cool too.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It was building up to a really, what I thought was going to be a really cool ending. And I think if they just ended it right after that, I think you could have had something here. But all that shit after it.
Well, we might be talking about different things. We might be talking about different things, because I think the part that I'm talking about is I can't say without giving anything away, but it was in the house on the table. That's all I'll say. That's what I'm referring to.
Okay, all right. No, now I'm trying to remember it. Hold on.
Yeah, you're thinking. MZ, you're thinking about what happens beyond that.
You're thinking the very end. You're thinking the very end, I think. So.
Yeah.
That's
was what I'm thinking.
That was okay. I was actually okay with that, because that does allow the viewer to kind of imagine what they saw, but I'm talking about the culmination at night, with when the coven showed up and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm referring to. So that was
okay. Yeah.
That's the part that was like, okay, like I see what you're doing, but I don't know why. I don't know why this got to that point, and I just feel like I don't feel it was a bad script, or I don't think they left anything out on purpose. I just think that it was a decision to keep it very vague, and I think that ended up hurting the impact of that scene, But
I'm
good.
No. I'm all set.
But I did think especially the performance of Audrey, played by Jessica Reynolds. I thought she was good in this, because she has to play like, a pretty, different roles in a sense, like play the character in more than one way, and also the way she's described by other people. She has to kind of live up to that sort of reputation of how other people view her, if you know what I mean. So, that I feel like was a kind of a tough position to be put in as an actress, and I thought she handled it pretty admirably. So I thought that the performance was fine. I generally thought most of the performances were pretty good. There was one character in one scene that was kind of like, really, that looked like a throwaway take, but in other scenes, it was the wife, Deidre Buckley, played by Geraldine O'Rourke. Like, I generally thought that she was good in it, like especially towards the end. I liked her character, but there was just one scene when it was her husband that killed himself, when she was kind of reacting to something that just kind of like, I don't know, it just looked like a throwaway take to me that looked like they could have captured that better. But otherwise, I generally thought the performances were fine. I thought the music was pretty good, and as we talked about, the look of the film was really well done. And I think that's really the strong suit is the cinematography and the look of the film.
That's the real star of this movie, is the look of this film. The cinematography is fantastic. The natural lighting that, like, because they use natural lighting in the houses during nighttime, during the daytime, it's even more prevalent because, they don't have lamps on, so they use natural lighting, and it beams through the windows, and it just looks beautiful. It almost looks like it was actually shot in that era, It's very beautiful.
Yeah, I agree with that. Is there any other points you guys wanted to make before we start to wrap this up? Okay.
No, might as well go to the verdict.
Yeah, so we'll head to the verdict, and yeah, let's do that.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick is a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have. Start with MZ.
I started thinking more about what you were saying about the table scene, and I kind of the more I thought about it, the more I kind of go along with it because because I feel like it's to use a term that's being used quite a bit lately, I think it's a transition of power.
Okay.
I think I think it's I hate using that term, but there it is. And I think it's a matter of who's good and who's bad. It's a matter of it could be a matter of just being fed up of strength versus weakness. But overall, that scene, I thought I liked it. Okay, now for the film, there are scenes where it's extremely vague, and where you got to say to yourself, does any of this really make any sense, or does any of this have any reason to be? And that's a question that would probably be best answered with probably a second viewing. I think the score was good. I think the performances were fine. The setting was great. Of course, the lighting and the cinematography are just phenomenal. Probably the best of the year. It just looks so good. This is candy for the eyes. This looks like something that Stanley Kubrick would be proud to see.
Calm down there, buddy. Calm down.
Well, look,
good, but come on.
Film notwithstanding, but come on, the cinematography is really fantastic in this movie. I loved it. That said, I'm going to give this a treat, but be aware of its flaws. Be aware of its vagueness. You're not going to get all your answers. You're not going to get all your answers. You're not going to get all your answers in this movie. But it is a worthy film. Check it out. This is a treat.
All right. Let's go to Michael Raven Shadow.
This reminds me of Fritz Lang's Metropolis, with a little bit of Alex Ross thrown in.
Never seen Metropolis, you douche.
A lot of praise with the Kubrick stuff. Yeah, it's like Martin Scorsese directs The Village. Not at all. Great runtime.
Great run. That's the first thing you have to say. Great runtime. 93 minutes.
Great runtime.
Yeah, and I think he's setting it in with the 73 time frame. You're kind of wondering, like, oh, Snoop, what's going to happen? Are they going to fucking...
Yeah, everyone is saying, oh, Snoop.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Can you picture an entire theater full of people saying that at the same time? Oh, Snoop.
When we come back, we do Trick or Treat Radio at the movies. We're going to have that. Be like, oh, Snoop, what's going to fucking happen? It's fucking... The horse is gonna jump. I don't know what movie we're watching. We're that far ahead, but it was cute. Clever little picture. I'm kind of done with the period pieces in the woods and goats, the fucking shit like that. But I like the Coven. I think it had mysteries, there were elements there. and it was okay trying to figure things out. I think 17, 18, it doesn't matter. You're off the fucking rails, and your power. That's when your fucking mutant powers are at their full effect and coming up. But
are we talking about the same movie?
I don't know.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah,
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah.
Did you know which movie we were doing? Because Marion had to ask.
Well, fucking listen. I had nothing to do with that. Okay, I knew that Monster Zero super long-winded fucking in the chat that we had. I was fully aware of the fucking movie we were watching when I was getting gas.
Marion, getting gas when you got $10 of gas.
Yeah, he's getting his $5 in.
Yeah, I didn't. That was completely independent research.
Independent research.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with that. I knew I was pretty sure I knew what movie it was when I fucking got home. But I knew in Monster Zero's chat where he's fucking spelled things remarkably incorrect in that first one.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, you talk about my long-winded shit. Come on.
Yeah.
I would say this is a failure. If you like, supernatural machinations in a New England or American-based town set in 1973, you could do worse. I think it'd be above tepid treat. Better than a tepid treat.
Is that a question?
It's my discussion based review.
Oh my God. Tepid
treat. Treat, yeah, treat.
All right, Jesus Christ.
Worst.
It's like fucking pulling teeth. All right, Aries is Picarding. Go ahead, Aries.
Yeah, I have a headache. It's just it's flaming. It's flaming.
Let's see. Is Aries going to pull out? We had Kubrick. We had Fritz Lang. Who's Aries going to pull out here?
Oh God, I'm not going to pull out anything because this movie.
Thank God.
This movie lacked a lot of what could have been. There's certain things about movies that it leaves you wondering, and sometimes it's the backstory, sometimes it's the resolution. But you know what? You need some bit of a story to make you wondering as to what's going to happen. This movie just plopped you in the dead center of it, gave you no backstory, no resolution, and here it is. Here's the movie, and it's just it's there. I wanted maybe a little bit of backstory to some of these characters, maybe a little bit of resolution at the end of it, but I got absolutely nothing. Visually, this movie was decent. I think MZ selling this as Kubrick is way overselling it, because anything beyond just decent was probably just more accidental, because when you're shooting in a beautiful area, you're bound to get beautiful shots. Because the movie as a whole isn't beautiful, there are just isolated beautiful shots in it. So I do feel it's just accidental. Even a broken clock is correct twice a day.
Wow.
That comparison is a little harsh for this movie, but being that MZ compared this to Kubrick, we needed to reel this in a little bit.
I said Kubrick would be proud of the cinematography in this film.
That man is dead, Monster Zero.
You compared it. That's all I'm saying. As far as the acting goes, there was one male main character in this movie, and every male actor played that one character. I found no difference in the male characters. It was just very, very one-dimensional with the male characters. Female characters were a little bit more two-dimensional. Not a whole lot going on, but there was a little bit of separation. As far as the lead goes, I feel a lot of what separated her was what the other characters kind of put in your head as far as what you were led to believe with her. So I feel that she was kind of led into her character. You were kind of, it was just, I'm hesitant to say spoon-fed. She was, it's not that she was a great actress, but you were just kind of lifted up to believe that she was great in what she did when she was just more of okay. To steal Raven's Shadow, long story long, don't waste your time. This movie is a trick.
All right. And for me, I did mostly enjoy this film. And I do, as I mentioned, I think the craft of actually making the film, it's a well-made film. But I do think that there's a little bit that was left on the table. I really wish the narrative was a little bit more fleshed out. But generally, I enjoyed my time watching this. It was, when the movie ended, I didn't regret watching it. I actually enjoyed quite a bit of it. But there was just that, I kind of see what they were going for. I don't mind vague endings. And I think actually, MZ, you might have been onto something with the way you sort of described, some of the ways that you perceive some of the things that happened with, kind of a transfer of power or something along those lines. You might be onto something. And if I rewatch it, maybe there's some things I can pick out from it. But, I think that there was a little bit that was it was just a little bit too ambiguous. So that for me just left me kind of wanting more, especially with the motivation of the some of the characters, and sort of, I don't necessarily mind, what's going to happen after the movie ends? What did we not see on camera? I typically don't really mind that stuff. And here I thought it was fine. I thought it was actually kind of effective. But at that point, I had sort of was kind of disengaging because of that scene that I talked about, the table scene. I just didn't really understand the motivation of why some things happened. So, with that said, I did enjoy the film overall. I think that there's some good things here. Once again, talking about, the time period, that's another thing that's kind of questionable as to why it was set in 1973. We did talk about it, and I think MZ also had some good thoughts on it, but it just was one of those things that it just wasn't very clear. I would have liked a clearer sort of idea of why some decisions were made, as opposed to just being kind of arbitrary. So with all that, I did enjoy this film for the most part. So I will say it was a tepid treat for me because the filmmaking kind of put it a little bit over the top, and I did generally liked a lot of what I saw on screen. So if you're looking for a movie about witchcraft, it is a bit of a slow burn, so you got that. If that's sort of your thing, then check it out. You can watch it on VOD, The Curse of Audrey Earnshaw. All right. Now, I'm actually not... There's a few films we could do next week. There's a lot of stuff that came out in October. That's why it's difficult to find out which ones that we're going to do here. You know what? Let me hold off. I'm going to play a voice message, and then I'll pick the films during the voice message because I'm still a little bit on the fence. Oh, Evil Corny wanted me to ask Raven Shadow, what was the name of the film we just reviewed?
The autobiography of Audrey Rose.
Audrey Rose.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
There was no word in what you said correct.
Yeah.
The curse,
maybe
the curse of the Audrey Hepburn.
Put your head back in the crack pipe, okay?
Wow.
Wowzers. Wow, that's good. That's not the autobiography of Jane Doe. I mean, I don't know.
You don't know.
I watched the fucking movie.
Okay.
There was
what's the name of the movie?
Audrey's fucking got problems.
Jesus Christ. Corny, why did you ask? You knew he was going to know.
Well, it's like fucking Audrey's got a fucking...
you know why Corny asked? Because he's laughing his fucking ass off right now.
Yeah.
It's Audrey Lewis can't lose. I mean, I don't fucking...
How Audrey got her groove back?
Yeah, how Audrey Fucking
the curse of Audrey Griswold.
yeah, or the Audrey Hepburn story. I don't fucking know. Why are you fucking selling me out, bro? Twice,
bro.
Because he's laughing his fucking ass off right now.
Yeah, he is. Guaranteed.
Oh my god,
bro.
Corny just replied with the eye emoji.
What's that? What's the eye emoji?
You never seen that?
No,
Do you know what emoji is?
Emotionality.
Emotionality. Yeah, I know. It was invented back in the 70s by Dr. John Emoji, and it's the whole fucking thing. No. You don't think about that? Do a fucking Google search on emoji. It was fucking, oddly enough, probably 73 it was invented. You think I'm kidding? Do some research.
You do some research. What are you, fucking Trump? You're just making up facts?
No.
Raven Shadow, A, you're fucking wrong. B, you're even more fucking wrong. C, there's no one named fucking Dr. Emoji. You asshole.
Well, I mean, if the Dr.
By the way, they were created by Shigetaka Kurita in 1999. Thank you very much. He created the first emoji, Raven Shadow.
No, that's not right.
Yes, it is.
The Dr. John emoji thing I made up. But I think El Goro talked about that on the episode.
Oh, is El Goro always right?
I'm right than I am.
Well, yeah, you got that right. That's something you do have right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I made some shit up, and it didn't fucking work out.
Yeah, that's your life story. You made some shit up, and it didn't work out.
Try really hard some of those things, but not so. What are you gonna do? Corny, seriously, bro. What the fuck?
Why are you calling him out? You're the one doing this shit.
Yeah, you got
Corny's busting my balls a little bit.
Oh, he just sent in a voice message to you?
Oh.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right, well, let's play a voice message while I get that one queued up. So let's hear from our newest Patreon supporter.
Yeah.
And that would be Creepy Girl.
Hey guys, Creepy Girl here, and I was going to tell you guys about my 31 Days of Halloween.
Yeah.
On the first day I did The Barn. It's a 2000-something film, but it's very retro 80s, and it has Halloween Killers, Hallow Jack, The Boogeyman, and Candy Corn Scarecrow. It was a fun movie. Day 2 was Deborah Logan, and that's one of my favorite possession films with a scene that gave me nightmares. Day 3 was Laid to Rest, one of my favorite slasher films. I love the special effects in this. They put a lot of detail into it, but it's a very simple plot of a killer chasing a girl. The next one was Primal Rage, and that is my favorite Bigfoot movie. The Bigfoot in this is awesome. So much detail in the creature and a lot of great special effects. Even has these really jerky guys in it that you're so happy when they all die. The next movie was Vampire in the Bronx. That was one that was new that I'd never seen. And that was a fun movie. It was felt more kids, even though it did have some cursing in it. The next movie was The One-Eyed Monster. That's a movie with Ron Jeremy, where his wiener jumps off and kills people. That one was fun. It was a really well-made movie. It sounds so cheesy, but very well. I thought it was really well made. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. Hubie Halloween is my next one, which I loved because I love Adam Sandler, just saying. And my next one is The Shortcut. That is a movie that was produced by Adam Sandler. He was going to start a Scary Madison production company and do scary movies, but that was the only one he did. And it's an okay film. It's not great, but I just wanted to include it in there. Estranged is my next one. That is a really good twisted story with a kind of come together at the end. kind of ending. I like movies like that surprise me and are different. Malevolent is another film that it's about some fake paranormal guys that do uh, investigations, but they're phony. And then they find out that actually one of them is clairvoyant and can speak to dead people. And they go to this really bad house and bad things start to happen, crazy bad things. Dance of the Dead is the next one of my favorite comedy zombie movies. Then Dead Ant, which I thought was a really fun movie about like a 80s type rock band, and they go out to the desert to see Coachella or whatever, and these giant dead ants. I mean, not dead ants, giant ants come after them. And the next one was Minutes Past Midnight, and that's my favorite anthology film. The next one was Killer Clowns. I synced up with MZ. And today I watched The Cottage. It is one of those movies that it starts off as a comedy and it is really funny and goofy. And then all of a sudden it goes into killer mode. And there's a horrible killer killing people horribly. And then tomorrow I'm going to do Knuckleball. That's a movie about a killer that's after a kid. And that's all I'll say about that. But I try to pick movies that nobody has seen before, maybe, that but there are some that are old favorites that people have seen, and there will be a couple new ones that just came out, but I try to pick ones that are definitely streaming on free things so people can watch them, and I hope maybe some of you will watch along. I'm usually pretty good at picking out movies. MZ hasn't really been liking any of my movies, but there's a lot of people that have been writing me, and they're loving it. They're loving my list, and they're loving my movies. And that's all I want to say, except I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed my little voicemail. And 31 Days of Halloween, woohoo!
Yes, absolutely, Creepy Girl. Thank you very much for saying that voice message. MZ, what do you think of her picks? You don't like them? You're on her shit list.
I saw you wrong.
I lost MZ. I don't hear. Do you guys? Can I hear you guys? Oh, looks like the network went down. So great. I will try to get those guys back. Let me try something here, actually. Yeah, the thing that sucks about the
One-Eyed Monster.
Oh, there you go. I actually dropped you guys for a minute, so I missed a little bit of what you were saying.
Oh, no, I was talking about Dead Ant.
Monster? Oh, okay.
Then I went to One-Eyed Monster, and that ain't too bad. It's comical, it's goofy, but Ron Jeremy's in it, so I mean, there's that, and it's so ridiculous how his there's this like flying saucer that like zaps his dick off, and his dick becomes a one penis killing machine.
Jeez.
So yeah, right. It's so stupid, but it also has Veronica Hart in it, and it's good to see her back and still doing her thing. She's another porn star, for those who don't know. And let's see, what other ones? I forget the other ones. Let's see, what I'm trying to remember what else she said.
All right, we don't need to rehash all of her movies.
No. Well, I haven't seen all of her movies, but I saw a couple of them, and those were two, and there were like maybe two others that I caught, and I'm trying to remember what they were, but I can't. I'm trying, Creepy Girl, I swear. But that's that.
Wow.
I don't know what else to say. I'm trying to remember it. I swear.
Well, did you say you're done? No point in rambling. Next voicemail.
I'm done.
All right. So thank you, Creepy Girl. We appreciate you calling in, and also for playing along at home with MZ's. Evil Corny says, "Lose the network again for me, Wolfie." All right. So another voice message. Let's check in with our buddy, First Time Mike.
What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike, and it's Halloween time. So I got some more Halloween goodness. A little Trick or Treat bag full of little movie reviews and some recommendations. Not a lot of calories, but still a lot of fun. So let's go. At a little get together with some friends, I watched Blood Vessels. During World War II, survivors at sea happen upon a Nazi boat that turns out to be totally deserted. That's not good. It leads to a vampire movie. Come on, the title is a pun. I enjoyed the concepts of the vampires in this movie. The execution was really uninspiring, though. Some of the visuals were great. The makeup was pretty good. Lots of references, both in the dialogue and the visuals. Me and my friends liked the Russian guy a lot. Thought he was pretty good. But all in all, as a general movie, I give Blood Vessel a tepid treat, but a full treat if you have a bunch of buddies that are there, maybe a little drunk, making comments about the movie during it, or our World War II buffs, and some of them were getting a little into the history too. But there you go. On Shudder, during one of the streaming that I had where I was couldn't decide on anything, they were running Blood Quantum, so I watched that again, and I still like it on the second viewing. I'm not much of a zombie movie viewer anymore, unless it's something very eclectic I haven't seen, or some of the classics like Fulci's Zombie, Hell of the Living Dead, a guilty pleasure, or like The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue, which I think is just fucking brilliant. But it's still a sad, very dark humored movie, but I still found it very enjoyable. Something from our Canadian family. As a little palate cleanser, I've come to recommend on YouTube, and also available, the audio is available on your favorite podcast streamer, a channel called Bedtime Stories. 15 to 30 minute chunks of true life weirdness and mysteries, with subjects everything from strange murders to UFO legends to abandoned ships and just weird happenings. The videos are great because they have somebody that does the artwork stills for the different stories, and it's very good. So look for Bedtime Stories on YouTube, and I'll try to put a link in the fib. But it's a nice little palate cleanser, some true weirdness in between your horror movies and your bloody fun. And finally, a shout out to your friend and mine, the mighty El Goro. I can't roll the R's like he does, and I'm not even going to try. He is midway through his 31 Days of Halloween, his delving into 31 horror movies he has never seen. I believe this is the 10th annual edition, and it's something I've come to look forward to over the years. Always great. It's led me to watch some very interesting movies I probably wouldn't have given a shot to. A lot of great El Goro commentary and some great tunes at the end of every episode. So go to wherever you get Talk Without Rhythm. It's in his feed right now, and check out or go to twerp blogspot.com and check out 31 Days of Halloween with our friend El Goro, because it's some great podcast listening to. That's it for today. This is First Time Mike. Also, MZ enjoying the your 31 Days of Halloween. I watch the videos even though I don't always comment on them. Great reviews all around, and wishing everybody the best of Halloweens, and everybody just keep on keeping on. Be safe. This is First Time Mike from, well, you know where I'm from. Wishing you all a good night.
Awesome, First Time Mike. Thanks, buddy. And
yeah, thank you.
And Raven Shadow, you want to expand upon what he was talking about, the last thing he was talking about?
Oh, about the El Goro stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been digging that. No, I've been checking out the El Goro. I heard I think today his bride discussion, which is pretty cool. The Sting joint and the Clancy Brown Frankenstein picture. It's fun.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And I've been watching MC's fucking videos too. Don't get all fucking twisted. I've been liking it.
No one got that twisted.
He gets a little twisted.
I didn't get twisted.
You been checking out my videos?
Wow.
Yeah, you've been watching Aries?
I have to go down by the docks to buy those videos. Behind the velvet rope. But no, I like all the folks that are contributing. But no, big ups to El Goro, big ups to Monster Zero, and big ups to First Time Mike.
All right. So thank you, First Time Mike. We appreciate it. And stay safe out there, buddy. I know, I think I've seen some reports of Wisconsin is getting hit hard by COVID right now. So I know he's an essential worker, so stay safe out there, my friend.
And so is New England. Saying.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got one more voice message, I think. Let me just double check. Yep, one more. And this is the one that just came in, Raven Shadow. So let's give this one a listen from Evil Corny.
I am laughing my fucking ass off.
That's it.
That's it. We got to save that one. Let's save that one.
I don't mean to toot my own horn, but fucking called it.
Yeah. All right. It was so short. Let's hear it again.
I am laughing my fucking ass off.
That was genuine laughter too, Raven Shadow.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh shit, that was amazing. Is that your new ringtone?
Your ringtone, yeah. I don't know what he's talking about, but that was fucking the emotionality was very convincing.
The emotionality. What does that mean?
You know what it fucking means, John.
You making up words now?
No, emotionality is you conveying the emotions into reality.
So you're making up words.
Listen, Bombalay.
How do you convey emotions into unreality?
Libbity doo doo. I mean, I don't know. Ask Adam Sandler. I'm just fucking trying to fucking.
Libbity doo doo.
Yeah. Libbity doo doo.
Corny says his stomach hurts.
Corny, call me concerned. That's funny as hell. That's fucking funny.
So, since we're on the topic of things people have discovered on, I don't know how many people have Hulu, but on Hulu there's
nobody
something.
Does.
No one does, just me. But I'm still gonna fucking talk about it. There's something on there called Quick Bites or something to that effect. But they're a series of shorts, 2 to 3 minutes long, right up my fucking alley. They're all of them have been good or outstanding, the ones I've watched so far. I think I'm 8 or 9 in. So anyone out there that has Hulu, check these out. Quick Bites or something to that effect on Hulu.
All right, Quick Bites on Hulu.
Or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. My apologies for not knowing the exact name.
I've actually been watching on Hulu. I'm going back and watching Key and Peele from the first season.
Nice.
Which is I think it's fucking hilarious, and it's actually pretty timely now, even 7 years later after it came out. But
the fucking Power Ranger sketch and the fucking what was the evil Harry Potter high school was fucking dope.
I don't know. I'm only on season 1 right now. Thanks, Raven Shadow, for spoiling it.
Yeah, spoilers, Raven Shadow.
Jesus
God
Christ.
damn, Raven Shadow.
Wow.
All right, you ever watch the fucking Prince did a Chappelle episode? Fucking Jesus
Do
Christ.
something about you.
You go fucking.
All right.
Stuff you in a
Oh,
box.
and speaking of Key and Peele, I watched T-Dog and I watched their film that they put out in 2016 called Keanu.
Keanu.
Did any of you guys see that?
I haven't seen that. Is that worth watching?
It's pretty funny, yeah. Especially if you like Key and Peele. It's like a one long skit, like a 90-minute skit of theirs, and yeah, it's pretty good. So, and there is a payoff to the Keanu joke, which I was wondering if there might be. So, yeah, it was fun though. And all right, I didn't mention what our film was going to be for next week, but I have it all figured out. And the name of the movie is Hosts. This is a film. Let's see, I think it just came out a couple weeks ago on VOD. It is available on at least Prime. I'm sure it's available everywhere you can get VOD. But the name of the film, Hosts, from directors Adam Leader and Richard Oakes. I believe this is a directorial debut, and I think it is a British film, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it was filmed in Oxford, England, and it looks pretty interesting. And it actually, I know we're still doing, we're still in October, but it looks like it may have a holiday vibe to it. So with the holidays coming up, we'll be doing this one. It's called Hosts. So check it out if you guys want to. It's available on VOD, and we'll be doing that next week. If you want to send in a review or want to join the discussion, you can send any thoughts to podcast@trickortreatradio.com. We'd love to hear from you. Could be an email. Could be a voice message. We prefer voice messages, but any old way you want to get your voice in there is fine. Evil Corny says Aries was a combo wrench in his hand. Has a combo wrench in his hand talking movies.
Yeah, I figured this would make people a little at ease. No sharp objects, just a small wrench.
No,
just a blunt object.
Yeah, what could you do with that? Like how many ways can you injure somebody with that, Aries?
Yeah, it's fucking.
You don't even want to know.
Library killing fucking Colonel Mustard. Like he's still a fucking blunt object.
Well, I mean, I did go get a hammer or my mallet just in case.
Fucking guy.
Just in case.
That was actually what I went when everyone was talking about knives. I went and grabbed my mallet. I figured that was a little better to hold on to.
So Patreon, I want shed. I want the axes. I want the fucking Hellraiser fucking.
Well, Raven Shadow, I just want you to remember when you hit me with your mallet, I'm going to hit you with this one.
That was a fucking accident, dude.
And this will be an accident too.
No. That was making a joke with a little piece of wood. That's a big fucking hard rubber thing you got there.
That's not rubber.
You know.
That's
yeah, that's no rubber mallet.
Yeah. That's a legit 3-pound mallet right there.
But that was an accident. One's premeditated.
What's heavier? What's heavier, that mallet or Raven Shadow's head?
We could find out.
100 pounds of mallet or 100 pounds of Raven Shadow? Which comes first?
I don't know, but I think if you replace that mallet with his brain, you wouldn't know the difference.
Wow.
That was an accident, Aries. That's for real though.
Wow.
Funny.
If it makes you feel better, this is my little mallet. I go get my bigger one.
Shit, I'm gonna call D-Rock.
Whip it out, Aries.
Unfortunately, that's in my truck right now.
What? You keep it in your truck?
Yeah. Well, I was doing some work.
Oh,
I got a lot of tools in the truck right now. My mallet, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. What?
Thought you had a detachable penis or something.
Oh no, not that hammer. You know.
He calls it Mjolnir.
Not saying nothing. Already in trouble.
Oh shit. All right, so I guess we can start to wind things down here. So you guys have anything else you wanted to bring up that you haven't had a chance to?
No.
All right. So MZ is going to continue on with his 31 days. And
I will.
If you guys want to check out his reviews, he does them every day on the Facebook group. So if you're not already a member, head on over to facebook.com YouTube.com/groups/Trick or Treat Radio, and there you can join the group. And then every day, MZ is dropping his reviews of all 31 days in October. So you can get those, and you typically do them like early evening, 6, 7, 8, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah, whenever I can fit them in there.
Yeah,
but usually in the afternoon hours.
Yeah,
because you're so fucking busy.
If you could fit it in,
I go to work, dude,
and
then I watch the movie when I get home, and then I do the review,
and then.
When you go home from work, what do?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
no, let's just.
Yeah, let's say goodbye. Starting with MZ.
Yeah. Arrivederci, douchebags.
All right.
Oh, pretty dope. Wait, let me do that in Sandler speak.
All right, go ahead.
Arrivederci, der douchebags.
All right, Aries.
All right, he stole my thunder. I was going to say goodbye as Adam Sandler, but I guess fuck me, just goodbye.
Raven Shadow.
Live fast, love hard, survive with the mask on. Fucking vote.
Oh my God, please. Did you vote yet, Raven Shadow?
For what?
Oh,
no,
motherfucker.
I'm going to go there. I'm going there. I'm bringing Ollie. We're fucking showing up.
Is Ollie registered?
Tell me.
Yeah.
I voted. I dropped it in the fucking Dropbox. I voted. I'm all done.
Did you drop it in a real one?
Yes, thankfully. Yeah. Although someone was tailing me. We dropped it off at night, and someone pulled in right behind us, and I was like, "You better not fucking touch my ballot, you son of a bitch."
I think I'm showing up in part. I'm gonna bring a fucking lunch and a soda.
Bring a lunch. Why do that when you could vote, by mail? You don't trust it? You don't trust the post office?
Well,
you don't trust the drop boxes?
Oh God! You had to open up your
much like fucking Flavor Flav. Trust it. And I don't. But I want to show up in this fucking party. We'll just show up. I'll wear it, and I'll fucking vote.
I don't even know what he's saying.
Corny says he has a headache. He has a headache from laughing. So I guess that's a good thing.
Call you, right?
Hey, yeah, call Corny right after this, okay?
I'm taking all the other. I'm calling you, bro.
All right,
Yeah,
so
he's still going to be laughing.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode. I appreciate everybody who joined in, those folks who left a voice message, the people who watch live, and everyone who's going to listen to this after the fact on the podcast. We appreciate you guys. Continue to play along with the MZ 31 Days Horror Film Challenge, whatever we're calling it. Get those views in, log them, let us know at the end of the month so we can enter you into the contest. And that's it. Next week, we're going to be doing the film Hosts. If you want to play along, just check that out. And come back and join us next week. So, yes, everyone get out there and vote. If you can do it early, get it done, get it in there. And we'll see you next week.